Hello, and welcome to our quick preview of the Week 12 games, which is, of course, the Thanksgiving round. 3 games of Thursday football, which will be a fabulously fun Friday here in Australia. Brash, we might start with you. Probably, and I know the Lions always open Thanksgiving week, and I know it's traditional that they always get the first game. My God, it's a boring way to start Thanksgiving, yeah. Deshaun Watson would be the high point of this game. Oh, sorry, I forgot. You're in love with Matt Stafford. Okay, so you got 2 reasons to watch it.
I'll be playing golf on Friday. I'll be missing all 3 games. I won't be watching. I'll be blocking scores, and I'll be sitting in front of the TV on Friday evening watching the 3 abbreviated highlights packages.
You actually think there's going to be highlights? You think there's going to be highlights from the 8th best division in football?
Yes.
You'll be watching a comedy show?
I was going to say, you've got some high hopes.
What about you, Fu? You're going to be hanging out for the Deshaun Watson?
Look, it's going to be the middle of my 4-day weekend. Do I want to get up at 4:30 a.m. and watch Houston and Detroit on my 4-day weekend? Probably not. But do I want to get up at 8:30 and watch Washington and Dallas? Probably not. I'll be up at 12 o'clock to watch Baltimore, I think.
Shout out to Aussie dude. He'll probably just be waking up at the same time. Just remember to... Yeah, no, I won't say that. Ravens Steelers, potentially actually game of the week, wraps up your Thanksgiving trio games. We won't talk about Washington against the Cowboys because there's not much to say. Who wins, Brash? Roethlisberger stays undefeated, or does Lamar Jackson...
I think the Ravens will win this one. I think they'll win the return bout. I got a feeling they might just turn the corner and are going to start setting themselves for a playoff run around now. I think they've been coughing and spluttering so far through this season. I think there might be a bit of a return to what we saw in them last year, a little bit more dynamic. And I think it will probably work in the Ravens' favour to move Jackson around a bit more like he has in the past, given they're going up against that pretty awesome Steelers defensive line.
Fui, given us a game of the week, I'll let you voice your opinion. Just don't be stupid about your opinion, all right? Who's going to win, Ravens or Steelers?
I think the Steelers will. I think the Ravens are actually... I disagree with Brasher, and I think they're kind of just treading water at the moment. Short week, both Dobbins and Ingram are out. Gus Edwards is the starting running back for this week. I think Steelers. Who starts for the Dolphins against the Jet, which will probably be call me out there, but I suspect this won't reach the heights of the Steelers versus the Ravens. Will it be Tua or will it be Fitzmagic, Mr. Whisperer? Who gets the start? From everything I've read, Tua gets the start. Fitzmagic was brought in because apparently he gave them a better chance at winning the game last week, and he actually lost it for them with an interception late. They'll go back to Tua. It's against the shit team, so yeah, he'll probably look pretty good.
Brash, will the Jets get their second win of the year?
No, next.
Right, moving right along.
Wait, when did they get there first?
Phillip Rivers again. Hang on, did you just say when did they get there first?
Yeah.
I'm kind of giving them credit for when they play against you guys. They do play against you guys, don't they?
No, they don't.
You got to get your first for your second, mate.
Oh.
I don't know what they teach in Canberra, mate, in federal government, but before you get your second one of anything, you need to get your first one.
Because I'm thinking they're going 0-16 and Gay still won't get fired.
I think you could be right, just quietly. And I think Brash, in all seriousness, Brash did predict that. Much as it pains me, I have to give you credit, Brash. You did.
Hasn't happened yet.
Oh, I think it's almost... Anyway, won't go on about it, even though it makes me grind my teeth because I think he's the most horrible of coach in the last 25 years by a long shot, and he's getting paid way too much money. Bengals, Fui, Danny Dimes against either Ryan Finley or some replacement quarterback. Maybe Gilbert Grape gets traded from the Cowboys. Danny Dimes rock up a win and keep Blackie happy?
Yeah, I think they do. I think Finley's actually fairly serviceable as a quarterback. The Bengals they don't want to win. They're going to take that pick 3 and draft Penei Sewell, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's almost a given that it'll be a pretty tight contest between the Jets and the Bengals for who loses the most games.
Mhm.
Speaking of loser teams, American Crows team come up against the one-win Jaguars. Brash, Jaguars get their second win.
No, the Browns are winning ugly, which is always a good sign in the middle of the season. I think they're doing enough at the moment. They've at some point, I guess the more worrying side of the Browns, it's good that they're winning and they've got like their best record after 11 weeks that they've had since like forever. So there's that old adage about good teams win ugly. They've certainly done that the last 3 or 4 weeks, or last 3 weeks anyway, but they've all been at home. But to be fair, they've played in some pretty horrible weather as well, and still won. So they've outlasted. So that's a bit of a positive for them from the good old guts and determination department. But I think they'll be too good for Jacksonville because I don't think Jacksonville want to win too many more games this year.
Yeah, and it'd be interesting to see if Jake Luton gets a start again, or whether they go back to Minshew. I think the Jaguars are almost tanking harder than the Jets.
I think, unfortunately, Wilson's going to end up there. I think the way things are going, Wilson will end up quarterbacking there.
Wow. Okay, you heard it here first. I'm assuming you mean Russell, yeah?
No.
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 I thought I was going to get you there. Kirk Cousins versus whoever's quarterbacking for the Panthers. Agree with me that Vikings win that one. Fui? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. All right.
Yeah.
Brash, no doubt Vikings will win that one easy.
Yep.
And then we get the Matt Ryan. Geez, we got some excellent quarterback matchups this week. Matt Ryan against Derek Carr. Quarterback whisperer, does Derek Carr repeat his... Actually thought he was pretty good against the Chiefs, yeah?
He was. He is growing. He's not a bad quarterback. And, yeah, they will beat Atlanta because Atlanta is shit.
Yes, I would argue that I think they could beat Atlanta if they had Jamarcus Russell quarterbacking the Raiders, but I could be wrong. Brash, old man showdown between Phillip Rivers and Ryan Tannehill. Do the Colts back up their outstanding win over the Packers with another win, or does Derrick Henry steamroll it?
It's a good game. Where's this one played?
In Indy, in the dome.
They're doing enough.
Technically, it's not a dome; it's an indoor stadium. But you get what I mean.
That offensive line of Indianapolis is no joke. They're pretty damn good. They keep giving Rivers more time than he's ever had in his entire career. It's a good game. This should be a good game. Colts just because they're at home.
And your favourite Monday morning game, Fui? 49ers at the Rams. Nick Mullins make a resurgence.
Yeah, the Rams are playing well, aren't they?
So well that Tom Brady doesn't even shake their quarterback's hand.
Yeah, the defense is making plays, and I can't see the 49ers really troubling them at the moment.
On the other hand, you blokes come up against Nick Foles and the might of the Chicago Bears, so you'd be wetting yourself when faced with that overwhelming opposition, yeah?
Oh, yeah, can't wait.
Do you think you managed to stick a tackle this week? Sorry?
It won't matter because we'll have 2 or 3 interceptions anyway.
Yeah, arguably you definitely seem to be focusing more on interceptions and fumble strips than actual basics like tackles or...
That is definitely part of our problem, yes.
Yep.
I wonder, I know it's not working well, but I wonder if it's actually a deliberate strategy. Let's not worry about the basics like tackling, let's go for the turnovers. I don't know, just a thought.
If we were getting the turnovers, it would be a great strategy, but we're not.
Patrick Mahomes against old man Brady. Does Patty get a handshake, do you think? Or does 2 weeks in a row, Tommy Boy, how'd you put it, Brash? He doesn't mean it, so he doesn't do it. Fair enough?
Yep.
Does Brady get redemption, or is it a Mahomes show?
Mahomes win this by a million miles, mate. I think...
It's in Florida.
Yeah.
Florida has like really weird rules.
Yeah, but Andy Reid's face mask because it's hot. It won't fog up, so he'll be able to see his plays book and he'll be able to call plays properly for Mahomes.
The laws of gravity won't like reverse.
When's this game? Is this the
Sunday night? Sunday Arvo.
Excellent. I'll just put a meeting in my diary now for 12:30 till 4.
No, the Packers Bears is.
Oh fuck! I'll move that meeting here.
Move it to the morning.
Yeah.
But you ruined it, Fui. I was so looking forward to his reaction when he switched it on. Fuck. Well, perfect. 2 more minutes to talk about the 2 most exciting things that are going to happen in the next week. Russell Wilson visits Philadelphia with no fans in the stadium. The Philadelphia Eagles won't get booed, but they'll lose, so we won't talk about that one. But what we will talk about is a gentleman called Blake Hayes, who's a college punter who plays for Illinois, who goes to punt the ball, hangs on to it because he notices that the return team just runs away from the line of scrimmage, and then fake jukes, not once, not twice, but 3 different times.
Yeah, but there's no one there to juke.
That's the whole point. I'll just stop running, then I'll start running, then I'll stop again, and I'll change direction, and then I'll run out of bounds.
It's like what you do in Madden when you're running away for a touchdown and you start just practicing all your button mashing.
It reminds me of when I played full forward for my high school AFL team. We only had 12 players on the field, and the one game of the whole season that they actually got the ball within 30 metres of me, I was free. There was no defender near me. I was running towards the ball, and I tripped over my own feet. Face planted, and nobody was near me, so the ball kind of landed close, and I stood up and I went to run and get the ball, and I slipped and fell over again. For a punter, he's displaying a remarkable fear of people that just aren't there.
Grass.
And it is. It's like when Danny Dimes got trapped by the turf.
If you have a look at it, he basically jukes the yardage line.
Yeah.
It's one of the most awesome things I've seen. Anyway,
I think it's a great heads-up play.
The thing is, it wasn't a design.
I almost feel
punt.
like instinct was taking over, but then the coach in his head was saying, "What the fuck do you think you're doing, mate?"
Just get to the sideline. No, go forward. Get to the sideline. No, go forward.
The other sideline. The other sideline.
Yeah, they were leading by 18 by looks at the time.
Yeah. But still, it's college football, and 18 points is nothing. On that happy note, thank you, gentlemen. Hopefully Blackie is able to rejoin us next week. Enjoy Thanksgiving. Being turkeys, obviously, we're an endangered species at this time of year. Gobble, gobble, gobble.